Welcome to supplemental video 10A, position penalty weighted. In this video I'm going to try to prove that you don't really incur the penalty for 8th or lower, and even 9th is very minimal. So when you compare it between this and 9, you're going to see that the penalty really is weighted, that when you're in 12th the penalty accrues faster than when you are in 9th. And actually this video is kind of intriguing to me because when I made this, I thought I proved that it didn't occur in 9th place. I was sure it only occurred in 10th or 12th, and I went with that assumption a long time. And then I managed to do a race where I was in 9th for quite a bit longer, and I did incur the penalty. So this race I will actually get into 9th for a little bit of time, and just enough, like I said, to confuse the heck out of me. So, but I am in the race a lot in 8th, so you can see obviously that either there's no penalty in 8th or it's so infinitesimal it doesn't matter. And when I say infinitesimal, it's kind of funny because all of these penalties are really small. Even in 9th, I think it's divided by 10, so I mean this is such a minor penalty at this point. But here you go, I am in 9th place, and I'm going to be there for about 10 seconds. And surprisingly, this is actually hard to do because you get CPUs that also get good prizes that come whipping by you, so it's hard to maintain 9th for a while. So it's quite a bit of work. Or even in 8th, you know, whenever you pick a spot, to not fall further back and maintain that spot without having a CPU race ahead and mess you up. There's actually quite a bit of work. So anyway, you can see here in 8th place, I'm in 8th place a long time. I didn't measure it out exactly, but around a minute that I'm probably in 8th or worse. So here we go. Now I'm 7th, and I'm going to move up. So at the end of the video, you'll see by the comparison that I just made it, that 9th must be very minor, and 8th must, like I said, not exist. Or I just couldn't have got 3 stars in this race. So, and here you go. I did launch a spiny shell and got a second bonus. It was a mistake. I barely ever get them, and I just all of a sudden started, the power block started going, and I realized I had to either launch it or let it go, and just the instinct to launch it was too strong. I couldn't stop myself. It's so fun to hit somebody else with a spiny shell. As I said earlier in the video, I feel like I always get hit. It's fun to return the favor. So it is a non-strategic because you don't have to aim it or anything, so it's only a second bonus. So actually, if I hadn't done this, I would have failed in this video. I needed actually that second because when I was recording this, I didn't think, like I said, 9th caused a penalty. So since I ended up getting about a second penalty in 9th, I wouldn't have got 3 stars otherwise. It ended up being kind of a mixed blessing because it confused me about the 9th place position, but it made this video work out nicely. So this is my only video I ever have where I really maintained 8th for a really long time. So we're going to see that at the end of the video. I'm going to do the comparison and why I think it's about divided by 10. I might be off a little bit because it might be some of the grace period, but I did get a little bit more 9th place too. I got another like seconds worth, so I don't know. It's close enough. We're talking splitting hairs here. So there we go. My second collision. My first one was at the beginning, like I hit into the wall, and there's my second one, which would be a time of 2:53, which I beat by just barely, by 185. But I did get a bonus, so it's actually 2:54 was the time to beat, and since I got a second for 9th place, I ended up just making it. So I think this really makes a strong argument that 8th or better doesn't count, and 9th must be very minor or not at all. So you can really see it's weighted towards the bottom to the 10th, 11th, 12th. Now I don't have a video saying why I think it's divided by 4 for 12th and divided by 6 for 11th. Again, I had all sorts of videos, and I had the program I mentioned before. In my proof video number 10, I mentioned I made a whole program where I entered every change with lead, where I could change the calculations by each place you're in, or I looked at it whether it was continuous time or just total time. I mean, I compared every which way, and these are the numbers that worked out the best. So I'm going to stick with it, let it go at that, because it's a minor penalty. And there, look at that hit. That's my shell again. I just love that. He gets hit twice in this race. It's so nice to see. Anyway, So what you can get out of this absolutely though is, like I said, 8th must be non-existent or so minor, and ninth must be even really minor for me to get 3 stars in this, which I did get 3 stars. So the position penalty really does occur in the final positions. So there you go. Bye, Koopa. So that's about it for now. In Luigi Stadium, I do something where I try to dodge a spiny shell. I try to save a mushroom, because I can actually do it most of the time now. And in races where I'm confident I'm going to be in the lead, I sometimes save them. It pays off sometimes. But in this case, in Luigi Stadium, it didn't work out for me because I actually got a boost from doing a stunt up a jump, and the change in speed wasn't enough for me to get away from the spiny shell. So it's a little interesting little note about trying to dodge the spiny shell. So if you want to watch that, I talk about that a little bit in Luigi Stadium. But that's about it for now. Again, compare these two, 9 and 9, or sorry, 10, proof 10, and this one 10A, and you get a little better understanding of the position penalty. And I'm not going to go into any more in depth of posting more videos. It's been too much for such a minor penalty. So I already feel like people are going to be worrying about this one too much with me even bringing it up, and they really shouldn't worry about it at all. It just, you know, even if you're in a race and you get knocked to 10th, just don't worry about it. I mean, you're in 10th for 20 seconds even. It's at best a 5-second penalty. Most of these races you can beat the max score easily, so you're not bumping walls, and 5 seconds isn't that big of a deal. So anyway, so enough said about that. Anybody who stresses that you have to be in first all the time is wrong. Just don't worry about that much, and have fun racing. Okay, well, coming up here, I'm going to do that thing I told you about earlier where I'm going to try to dodge the spiny shell, and it's just not going to work out for me this time. Though I usually can catch them, and I saved the mushroom just for it. The problem is I stunted right there. If I hadn't stunted, I would have landed at a normal speed, and I could have mushroomed out of it. But because I had the boost from the stunt, when I hit my mushroom, it didn't accelerate me enough to get away from the spiny shell. I was basically going the same speed. So, lesson learned, if you want to dodge a spiny shell and you hear it coming, make sure you don't do any stunts, and even slow down if you need to, and then do the mushroom right when it's cresting above your head, and you'll escape it. So, a little mistake there. Like I said, lesson learned.